Hello YouTubers, welcome back to another .Spicer11 YouTube video, and yes, there is a tardis in the background. Speaking of tardises, this is going to be a series of diaries of a new TARDIS project. This is inspired by YouTube and the Bio Doctor. I'll put both links to the channel in the description below. Please give them some love, because the content is brilliant. Especially YouTube has helped me find some screen use parts over the course of a few days, so thank you. So why am I building this? Why do I want to build this? Well, I've always wanted a 10th Doctor's TARDIS console. I mean, I've had one near enough to it, but it was far too small and it was a lot of cardboard than anything else. I want to build one that's mainly structure of wood, but has cardboard elements such as the buttresses. But there will be cardboard elements such as like the rib sections, and of course the ribs. Yeah, the ribs and the circular things. I forgot the name of them. It goes around the perimeter of the console. So, I mean, I'd like to make them MDF at least, or hardboard, just so it's a little bit more structurally strong. I mean, I probably will. I'm still thinking about it, because to build one out of wood is going to take a lot of work. So yes, I'm going to show you the main plans of it, like the main points of like how it's going to be built. So if you want to follow along, then here's some plans for you to go off. But I will modify them slightly to the point where it'll, work for my use. Because building it is going to be a lot of a painstaking hard work. Like, I've got a police box in my room. I want to be able to move it. So what did I do? I put it on wheels. And I'm thinking of putting it on the same principle as the TARDIS console, just so I can move out of the way, such as if I want to make content or anything. So if I was going to make content, I can move the TARDIS out of the way. So yeah, and not only that, if I need a lot more room, move out the way, bring the box out, to do some photos or new videos with the TARDIS setup. So hopefully with this new plan, it might work, might not. I know the risks that's going to take. I know what I'm going to lose after this. Such as I'm going to lose the space I have in this room. I mean, I'll have a little bit of space, but it won't be much left, because it'll be 2 TARDIS consoles in one room. Unless I could obviously get another room to obviously build another TARDIS in, but unfortunately I can't. So it's both going to be in the same room. But with this new console I want to build, it's going to be made so I can just move out of the way when I don't need to use it. Just like the police box that's on wheels. And plus the back's removable, so I can make it, big on the inside. So yeah. So with this build diary I'm doing, it's going to be in a playlist, TARDIS console project. It's not going to look exactly like this. It's not even going to be somewhere near this. It's going to be a lot different to this. It's going to be obviously like a tenant style console. Obviously, it's not going to have all the parts on it, like screen use parts or anything. It's going to have homemade parts such as the D-mat lever, the time rotor, and maybe the helmet regulator and stuff like that. There will be obviously parts of it where it's going to be custom made, so it's not going to be 100% accurate. So yeah, I know there's going to be a lot of expense putting into it as well, such as I've got some woods to be doing the supports with, but I haven't got enough. I've only got like the basic version, so I know where the rib layout, the layout's going to be. I've got an estimation of how I'm going to do the time rotor. Just not sure about it yet. It will have some functionality. It will be able to be plugged in and actually have functionality like this TARDIS console has. But I don't know how it's going to work yet. The simple reason is I'm still thinking about this. I don't even know if I'm going to publish this video or not yet, but if I do, then you know that I'm thinking about it. So yeah, so if this video gets published, it means I've got close to enough getting a table for it, and I've got an idea if I'm actually going to do it. But for now, I don't know if this video is going to be on YouTube, but if it is, then you can ignore this a little bit. But for the minute, if you want to take on board of what I'm doing, I'm just basically doing a think about like how it's going to work, like how big is it going to be, and what the functionality is going to be. I know there's a lot of functionality the main TARDIS has, but on the set it was more of press a load of switches, it didn't do anything. There would be like a separate room or a control box where all the movements such as the time rotor, the lights, the bell, well, bells, and then you got the other bits such as levers and charging ports for your screwdriver, including helping hands. So yeah, so as most of them bits, there's a load of electrical parts that was done by an electrical box, not, you know, on the actual TARDIS like this one. So, but to have functionality, it's going to take a lot of painstaking wiring to do. But I'm going to have to do it in such a way where I can actually access the batteries if I need to change them, like on the, because the batteries are underneath the TARDIS console, and I've not actually changed one yet, but there's two main battery packs underneath the TARDIS, and that's right underneath, so I can just swap the batteries out real quick. For the monitor, the switch is over here, you know, the monitor, and I got another one for the time rotor, which does that. The CPU fan works on the mains, such as the other lights. That works on batteries, that's just underneath. Thermostat works on batteries, that's just on the actual thermostat itself, but the switch is here, moved. Combustion engine, you can tell where the batteries are, it's touching down there. But there's a lot of elements to the TARDIS, such as the functionality side of things, and knowing like what each part does. Now, the reason why I want to build one, I blame Josh for this mainly because he's building one and it looks damn well amazing. To have that level of detail of a TARDIS console in a conservatory is pretty amazing. He's even got to the point of building the round things, so that's pretty cool. I've got some I can build with. I'm also gonna make some just to like scatter around at some point, but not just yet. But my roundels are totally different. CDs inside of paper plates. There's no just CDs stuck on walls. So, yeah. But if I do build a 10th Doctor's TARDIS console, I know that I'm going to lose a little bit of room. But to be honest, it would be good to have one so I can actually do a proper 10th Doctor posts with, instead of just having to use this TARDIS. This TARDIS is a more custom TARDIS that has 10th Doctor elements to it, as you can probably tell with the wheel spacer. It's not the right wheel spacer. I've got a spare one, so I can use that for the TARDIS. It's got binoculars. The 10th Doctor's TARDIS have binoculars. It's got all sorts, including what else? Like wiring. It's even got a bell, some dials and stuff, including. You can't see it, but there's like other areas like hard drive motors, crystal, similar to, it's not exactly the same, but it's represented as a crystal on the TARDIS. It's gluing. I've just got done gluing the corner back on my TARDIS because I broke it a couple of years ago when I was moving the TARDIS. So yeah. Now, I know I've got to build this TARDIS properly instead of doing it like this, where I just built it overnight basically, and then added on like years later on. There's going to be a lot of elements to it that's going to be a little bit different, but most of it's going to be handmade, but the rest of it's going to be like shop bought, such as paperweights, because there's a lot of paperweights and Josh is really enthusiastic on paperweights at the minute. So it's like his pride collection at the minute is paperweights. I can tell why though. I can tell why. So I'm going to go to my desk and I'm going to show you the ideas of plans. So I'm going to take you with me. Okay, so here is some of the the papers. Sorry, I'm just having to adjust my camera. It's on a weird tripod. It's not as steady as my other one. So these, now the bio doctor helped me out with this one. I want to give a shout out to him. This was like a couple of months ago when I was first going to build one. But he gave me the diagrams such as like this. I've just had to copy from a photo that he sent me. And I've just drawn it up as how he did it. So basically, these are your rib sections. That's how the TARDIS is done. There's like, I think there's like 8 of those things. And then you've got these things, which is to go inside there to make the, like the circular sections around the TARDIS. So you have such as these bits, which would go on the top. This just below it, just like overalls. That would be the like MDF material, and then that would be around it. And that would be the supports to go into there and to there. And then you would put like something over it to like fit in. So yeah. So this diagram is not mine. In fact, I did draw it out, but I drawn it out in stages. But the bio doctor sent me like several pictures of how he did his basically, and I just like looked at his diagrams of building it and just copied it down onto here. So I've got my own copy. And here is, it's upside down, sorry. Here's a top view. So you've got 1, 2, 3 going across, and that makes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels. So you got 1, 2, 3. It's got to be like that, equally spaced, but I've drawn it like on a rush. And that's how it's supposed to be. You got these little bits that goes into there, such as that. And this is your panels. And over here, again, is another SketchUp that I used. This is the bio doctor method altogether. So that's what it looked like in stages. So you know, so that would be on there. You got these in there, and then you've got that into there, so it collects that, and you got that goes into there, and then it goes onto the TARDIS. So you got that, and then that's the table, and down here is the wheels. So it's going to be on a little bit of a base, so I can move the TARDIS, the console, sorry. So it'll be easy to move. And here's a better SketchUp of how I did it. Obviously it's wonky, it's not to scale, but it's an idea. In here is the supports, but I'm going to change the support method to like a plain, like over-esque material. Like just wood, just going bump all the way around. So yeah, that's the board with the wheels. It's going to have like 5 wheels, 1 in the middle as well. And there's your top. So my mate helped me out with this one. So you got 4 panels with your perspex, and you got 2 panels with mesh. So you got mesh here. So M represents mesh, P stands for perspex. Then you got your side pieces, rib sections. So yeah, it says your key there. P equals perspex, M equals mesh. Rough top view of how the TARDIS would look. It's better drawing actually. And then it's just a quick note about how the TARDIS is going to be done. So yeah, I want to say thanks to the bio doctor and Josh for helping me out with this. I'll link both of their descriptions down below in the channel description, so please go check them out. I will also let them know they've got a shout out in the video as well, so they can watch back on the video if they so wished. I know Josh will be, because he'll be watching this video right now, won't you, Josh? I can see you in the comments typing. You don't see me. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my video diary episode 1, the rough plans. I hope you, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. And if you want to see some TARDIS projects on my Instagram, I do have a TARDIS account for my Instagram. It's the Doctor's TARDIS 10. So it's where I've built my original TARDIS, like you originally saw in the background. But I'm going to build another one, hopefully. But yes. Right, so thank you for watching. Please check out my other social media, Instagram and TikTok. And I'll see you guys later. Alonzo.